What's up, guys? I'm randomfrankp, back with episode... I always forget. Back with episode 83 of Room Tour Project, the series where we show off the best gaming setups. Now each week we have some great ones planned to give you guys some ideas and inspiration for your setup. And if you see anything you like, check the description down below. I'll have it listed down there for you. And before we move on, as you might know, for the past few weeks, we've been doing some giveaways over on the Nice app. Most recently, the Razer Black Widow V2 keyboard with cherry blue switches. And yes, that's an actual thing. And for those of you who don't know, Nice is an app where you can watch all my videos early for free. You can browse products real time. There's a ton of giveaways going on, and some other YouTubers are giving away things like a Corsair Strafe RGB keyboard, one of the new red iPhone 7s, and a GTX 1060, just to name a few. So if you want to check those out, I'll put the link in the description. But as for our Razer keyboard giveaway, what we're doing is taking it to the next level. Now whenever you invite your friends, you all have a chance to win. And to enter to win, what you have to do is share it via either a text or Facebook or Twitter, anything like that. And the amount of friends that you invite, they all can win too. So say you invite 5 friends and one of those friends wins, well, you now all get a free keyboard. It's really great. We're starting off with 2 keyboards. We're gonna be giving away up to 10, depending on how many people enter. So definitely check that link in the description if you wanna be entered to win. You and your friends can all win a free keyboard. But either way, let's start off Room Tour Project episode 83. Now this room is sick. He's got his little entertainment center going on, plus his main desk setup. That's on a huge IKEA carbide tabletop, kind of like going on an L shape there. Tons of drawers. I'm really loving this. Now when talking gear, his monitor there is the LG 34 UC87M. It's a nice 34-inch ultra wide. Got the wallpaper matching the LED light shining behind his setup, and his monitor there is sitting on one of those add-on units that are very popular, and it looks great here. On each side of his monitor, he's got a pair of the JBL LSR 305 speakers. They're on isolation pad and speaker stands. Gotta love a proper setup. And then down for his peripherals, nothing fancy for gaming because his keyboard is just a Dell wireless keyboard, and he has that pair with the Logitech MX Master Mouse. I feel like the Logitech G Pro keyboard would fit in with your setup very nicely. And for that mouse, I don't have a problem with it at all, but you gotta get a mouse pad. I think that would definitely help you out a little bit. And if you take a look under his desk, you can see the IKEA Signum is coming in clutch here to help keep those cables and the power brick off the ground. Now we're going to switch gears and take a look at that PC, and I am loving the color combo here. It's matching his entire setup. That is a Corsair Carbide Air 240 case, looks fresh and white, and inside is an i7 4790K CPU with a Corsair H80i GT liquid cooler. That's on an Asus Z97M Plus motherboard. We got 32 gigs of Corsair Dominator Platinum RAM, and an Asus Turbo GTX 1070. But I'm loving that really clean appearance here inside this PC. And then off to the side, as you saw earlier, he has a TV over here. It's like a little chill area. I don't know, that's what I would call it. It's a 50-inch 4K Hisense TV, but a nice area just to kick back, relax, watch some TV. He's got a PS4 he can console game on. That right off there to the side is that beautiful setup. So we're starting off strong here. I'm loving everything about this. Just really clean. This is definitely my kind of aesthetic. All right, now Mike, he knows what's up here, and check this out. We have a huge TV here mounted with like an Abuto gaming station, so we can have, racing games going on. Plus his setup to the right side of the room with those 3 mounted monitors. So clean and a beast of a PC. Don't see any cables here. This one has it all. So I'm loving the mounting job here on this white backboard. It helps hide cables in the back, and it's not going to put any damage to the wall, but the mounting job is just beautiful. And those are 3 27-inch curved Samsung monitors here. Gotta love that wraparound vision here with those 3 curved displays. And plus you can see the LED light strip behind that backboard. It helps add some pop and an extra dimension to his setup as a whole. And then checking out the peripherals, his keyboard is a GameLec Testator. I've honestly never heard of that, but I'll put a US equivalent in the description down below for you guys. And his mouse is the Logitech Proteus Spectrum, the G502. Definitely a solid choice on a nice extended mouse pad here. Again, he's got a grommet in the middle of the desk to hide all the cables, and his headset is the wireless Logitech G933. This setup is just spotless. Now we're gonna go over and look at that PC, because sitting there on this desk, it's more so like a display unit there. Like, it's obviously there for just the visual wow factor, and he built this thing beautifully. That is the Thermaltake Core P3 case, that inside is an i5 4690 CPU on a Gigabyte G97M motherboard, 16 gigs of RAM, and a GTX GTX 970 from MSI, but the whole white and red color scheme he has matching inside looks really nice, and the LED fans and such really makes it shine. This is definitely you want some people to see, so it's no wonder he has it on the desk. Then over to that racing wheel setup, and the actual wheel itself is a Logitech G29. That's hooked up to a 47-inch smart TV from Samsung, which is a cool area to kick back and play some games if he wants there. But altogether, it's just a very modern looking setup. You gotta appreciate the fact that there is 0 cables pretty much anywhere in sight. It's so organized and clean. You gotta love this stuff. And that beast of a PC there on the desk is definitely worth some extra points. Now, as if 3 monitors weren't enough, how about 3 plus an overhead for 4 displays? This one's pretty crazy here. Those 3 monitors are the Asus PB27-8Q. They're 27 inches apiece, and then that overhead, that's a 40-inch TV from Samsung here, so tons of pixels. And of course, an RGB light strip behind the desk, but when checking out his peripherals, you got the Corsair Gaming K70 RGB keyboard with the Logitech G700S wireless mouse here on an extended mouse pad from Glorious PC Master Race. Got additional remotes and stuff under the monitor, all kept nice and tidy. And under the desk, he has his Corsair Void headset mounted there in white, but for the most part, considering everything he's got going on, he did a great job of cable management. Nothing on the floor, nothing hanging down, so pretty solid job. And then tucked away off the left side of his desk is his NZXT H440 case in black, and inside there is an i5 6600K CPU with the NZXT Kraken X41 AIO. It's on an MSI Z170A Crate Gaming R6 Siege motherboard, 16 gigs of Corsair Dominator Platinum RAM, and an MSI GTX 980 Ti graphics card. But everything's sticking to a nice black and white color theme from the LEDs to the braided cables, and I could always appreciate that. But altogether, definitely a crazy gaming setup. I'm sure when you think of something like this is the image that comes to mind. And I don't know, but I bet his favorite number is 42. Now, Adam here, you know, is a gamer at heart. And at first glance, might seem like an ordinary setup, then you realize that this is what gaming setups are all about. The shelf is loaded with figures and collectibles, game guides, manga, all that stuff. But checking out his main desk setup here for this black and purple theme he's got going on. His main monitor is an Acer 34-inch curved ultra-wide, looking real nice. You can see off to the right side of his desk, he also has a BenQ and Zowie 27-inch monitor. And for his peripherals, you can see hanging up is a pair of the Audio-Technica M50Xs. You got the Corsair Strafe RGB keyboard with those purple lights inside, and a Logitech G502 Proteus Spectrum mouse, and a nice extended mouse pad yet again. And you can also see his speakers, which are the M Audio AV32. And now checking out this beautifully water-cooled black and purple PC. Inside the Fantex Enthoo Evolve case is an 6800K CPU. It's on an MSI X99 Gaming Pro Carbon motherboard, 32 gigs of Vengeance RAM, and a Founders Edition 1080, but just that hardline water cooling job from EK looks really nice coupled with those lights. Then off to the side is a little entertainment setup going on here with a 50-inch 4K TV from Vizio, so we can console game on like the Xbox One and the PS4. But altogether, like I said, it's a really great gaming room. I'm really a fan of the way he has it all put together. And last but not least is relationship goals. This is a couples gaming setup here, side by side with him and his wife, and I'm really loving this desk. Let's take a look at that. It's actually a DIY desk that he's making, or actually he made, obviously, but it just looks so, I don't even know. It's crazy nice. Big fan of that finish. So as you can see, they're both rocking two 35-inch ultra-wides from Acer, the Acer Predator models here. But when you take a look at his setup, he's got that Acer ultra-wide plus a little overhead monitor there. Get some extra screen real estate. As for his peripherals, he's got the Razer Deathstalker keyboard paired with the Mad Catz Rat Pro X mouse on a tiny little Corsair mouse pad there. But you can see with the grommet drilled, he can route the cables down. And then into his PC, he has the Fantex Enthoo Evolve case here. I love the tempered glass on this, and inside is an i7 6700K CPU with an H100i V2 cooler from Corsair, 16 gigs of ballistics RAM, and an Asus Strix ROG GTX 1070 inside. But it looks really clean, got some LEDs, matching red and black braided cables, very nice. And it actually has his PC case fitted with this multi-camo black vinyl here going on. And then over to his wife's side, same peripherals here, same monitor, but instead of having this thing run by a PC, it's actually all powered by the Razer Blade Stealth laptop. And they got the core in the back there, and inside the GTX 1060, which is going to handle most of the games just fine. So I always like seeing couple setups like this. They're very, very rare, I will say. They pulled it off nicely. I'm a huge fan of the desk. Their monitors are a prime choice. And having the Razer blade, she can take that on the go and game whenever she wants. Alright guys, that'll do it for episode 83 of Room Tour Project. I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget, check the description down below for all the products you saw. Have them listed down there for you, as well as the giveaway for the Razer keyboard. You can check out the nice app and be entered to win you and your friends a free keyboard, so definitely check that out. If you like this episode, definitely give it a big thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And lastly, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Well, I'm Random Frank P. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.